Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, it is KingNido here, and today the 4-Tree Tempest have got a huge type disadvantage as the Lumiose glitches will be coming in with that 100 base special attack average across their side, but the speed advantage will be going to the flying types. Let us know in the comments below who you think will win this matchup. Will it be the Tempest? Will it be the glitches? Let us know. We're going to send it down to the battlefield right now.
3, 2, 1, go!
As I said, that type advantage is huge for the glitches as they start out with Magnezone and their terrestrial Pokemon Bronzong. It will be Decidueye, the terrestrial Pokemon for the Tempest, and Kilowattrel starting out for those flying types, and immediately in a Tessilian form, it will be Decidueye terastizing into a flying type. It will lose that 4 times weakness to the flying type that it normally would have, whereas Bronzong is going to lose its psychic and steel typing and become an electric type Pokemon. This doorbell now, as we have two what would normally be steel type Pokemon on the side of the Lumiose glitches, going up against the two birds on the side of the 4-Tree Tempest, and it will be Kilowattrel with the speed advantage on the field, immediately going for the Phantom Force, so it vanishes instantly from the field. Decidueye looking to follow it up with the Acrobatics, and it goes for Magnezone. It does such little damage, it is not very effective. Magnezone with the opportunity to respond, sets up an Aqua Ring. This is a good start early on in the matchup. Get that Aqua Ring around itself so it can restore health continuously. Quick attack from Bronzong onto Decidueye, even though it's the slowest Pokemon on the field, is able to do a little bit of damage to Decidueye there, as the Phantom Force will connect onto Magnezone. After Magnezone did have its health restored, Magnezone is going to respond with a bounce. It is going to spring up into the sky, and as the Sludge Bomb will affect Bronzong from Decidueye, and it's going to leave it poisoned. You will rarely see that, but because it's terastized, it is no longer immune to poison type attacks, as the acid will hit both Decidueye and Kilowattrel from Bronzong. As Magnezone continues to have its health restored, Bronzong loses some health thanks to that poisoning. Kilowattrel with an opportunity goes for the Metal Sound, but Magnezone avoids that attack thanks to having bounced up high into the sky. Coil now from Decidueye is going to boost its attack and its defense here. We're going to see its accuracy boosted as well, but now Magnezone coming down with the bounce onto Decidueye, not doing anywhere near as much damage as it normally would. The Sacred Sword connecting with Kilowattrel from Bronzong. But as I said, that bounce not doing anywhere near as much damage onto Decidueye. It is no longer a grass or fighting type Pokemon. It is surely grateful to be flying right now. As the tackle onto Bronzong. Bronzong is taking a lot of damage so far in this matchup. The Stun Spore will not affect Kilowattrel being part electric type. And a brilliant play here by Decidueye going for the Disable. This is going to prevent Magnezone for going for its attacks. It's going to be left struggling on the field, so it will be taking recoil damage, but the Psychic Fangs onto Decidueye does some good damage there by Bronzong here, as it continues to feel the effects of that poisoning. It surely does not have much longer left in this matchup. Kilowattrel with the Fury Swipes, trying to end it now. This multi-hit move, it's got 2. It needs surely all 5. It's got 3. It will only get 3 hits, but it's going to ensure that Bronzong will feel the effects of that poison for one last time, as that struggle from Magnezone onto Decidueye. Not a great deal of damage, and it gets the recoil damage. The Muddy Water now from Decidueye onto Bronzong, onto Magnezone, gets the critical hit onto Bronzong as well. I do not think it needed that, because Bronzong is eliminated from this matchup. Magnezone having its accuracy lowered as well. Fantastic here for the flying types, as that water continues to restore the health of Magnezone, and his Ampharos coming out now for the Lumiose glitches. Kilowattrel with the Expanding Force onto Magnezone. Magnezone tanks that hit, and yet another not very effective move on the Steel Electric type, as the Double Edge now onto Magnezone. Magnezone holds on after that not very effective attack. Decidueye does get the recoil damage, but Magnezone continues to struggle. It takes Decidueye out with that struggle. Decidueye is eliminated, but the recoil damage is going to take Magnezone out of this matchup as well. That Disable has come in handy for the 4-Tree Tempest, taking out the Steel type. We have Ampharos now going for the Zap Cannon on its fellow electric type, but Kilowattrel avoids that attack as Sandy Shocks comes out for the Lumiose glitches, and it is Noivern coming out for the 4-Tree Tempest. Kilowattrel Now going for the Lunar Dance though, it is going to take itself out of this matchup, and it was having a good start to this matchup. That is not what the Tempest need. Noivern though, with the Petal Blizzard, hits both Ampharos and Sandy Shocks, who it is super effective on. Sandy Shocks goes with the Reflect though, it is going to make its side stronger against physical type attacks. Ampharos is going to follow it up as well. With the no retreat, it is going to give itself the Omni boost. It can no longer escape it. It is ready for a battle. We are now 4v4 in this matchup. The 4 True Tempest will be sending out their 4th Pokemon shortly once Ampharos finishes getting this Omni boost. And it will be Flamigo, the fighting flying type, and it has that Co-Star ability, so it copies the stat changes in Noivern, but there's none to copy, as Noivern with the Infernal Parade onto Ampharos does not do much damage. Sandy Shocks looking to respond with the Boom Burst, hits everyone on the field, gets a really good hit there onto Flamigo, as well as Spirit Shackle from Ampharos onto Noivern, and Noivern taking a huge hit as well. It can no longer escape. Remember, Ampharos does have that Omni boost, but the Draco Meteor now from Flamigo onto Sandy Shocks does have its special attack greatly lowered, but gets a great hit as a dive from Noivern. It is going to hide underwater on this field. It will not be taking any damage this turn, as the withdraw from Sandy Shocks going to give itself a defense boost here. Ampharos needs to go for Flamigo, goes for the Flame Charge, gets a good hit there. Flamigo's holding on though, but Ampharos gets the speed boost. I wonder if it'll be quicker than Noivern now, as the Stomp from Flamigo unable to finish off Sandy Shocks, but a Synthesis from Ampharos. This is fantastic. It is going to restore its health. So Ampharos is now quicker than Noivern, as Noivern goes for the dive onto Ampharos, does very minimal damage, and its static ability, Noivern is going to be slowed down by this paralysis that it received from Ampharos. And another Draco Meteor, this time onto Noivern. It's super effective from Sandy Shocks. Noivern is taken out of this matchup. The Luminous Glitches have taken the lead, as Sandy Shocks has its special attack leveled, but it is hit with the Ice Shard, that super effective move from Flamigo, takes out the Paradox Pokemon. We're back to a level playing field as Honchkrow comes out for the 4 True Tempest, and it is Bellybolt coming out for the Luminous Glitches, as Ampharos immediately with the Power Whip onto Honchkrow. Not very effective, but gets a really good hit in there. Those boosts are coming in huge. Rock Tomb though from Flamigo in response onto Ampharos is going to lower Ampharos' speed a little bit. It could still be the quickest on the field though, as the Feather Dance now from Honchkrow is going to lower Ampharos' attack. They are trying to reduce those stats of Ampharos, as the Confusion will not affect Honchkrow, who is a part Dark type, and the Reflect does wear off for the Luminous Glitches. As the Pain Split by Ampharos, it has actually just restored some of Flamigo's health. This is not good for the Glitches, as Flamigo showing its thanks with the Frenzy Plant onto Ampharos, who tanks that hit. Honchkrow is going to follow that up though with the Eerie Impulse onto Bellybolt, who looks like a delicious avocado, and it does have its special attack lowered as well. It goes for the Pound onto Honchkrow, and it's followed up by the Aqua Cutter by Ampharos, as Flamigo having to recharge, and we have Honchkrow with the Lava Plume hitting everybody on the field, even Flamigo, but it's going to leave Bellybolt with a burn. It does not want to leave Flamigo with that burn, but it does get Ampharos with it as well. And this is great for the Tempest. Flamigo is able to avoid the burn, as the wrap from Bellybolt onto Honchkrow, it is going to take continuous damage from that move, and here is Ampharos showing the signs of its burn. So does Bellybolt, but Ampharos is the easier target at the moment, and remember, it has those boosted stats, as Honchkrow feeling the effects of the wrap from Bellybolt. We have Ampharos going for the Confuse Ray onto Honchkrow. This is going to leave it in a confused state. It does not want to do any damage to itself, because it could eliminate itself from this matchup. But first, Flamigo is going to go for the Terrain Pulse. There's no terrain to capitalize on, but it still goes for Bellybolt. Very minimal damage. Honchkrow needs to shake off this confusion that it has, and it is successful in that. As it goes for the Swords Dance, it is going to give itself a huge attack boost, and it has that base 125 attack stat as the skill swap from Bellybolt to Honchkrow. It's going to take its Moxie ability, which is fantastic. It gives the static to Honchkrow, which is useless against the electric types. Ampharos still holding on from that burn, but if Bellybolt can get the Moxie boost, try and boost its attack stat every time it gets an elimination, this will be fantastic for the Glitches. But Honchkrow still feeling the effects of the Rapid, is still holding on though. Ampharos could finish it off here. It's going to set up for a Meteor Beam. It's not going to last another turn though, so it will not matter that it gets the special attack boost now. And Flamigo going for the Aura Sphere onto Bellibolt, gets a good hit there. As Honchkrow snaps out of its confusion, very crucial time. It could eliminate Ampharos now, goes for the Endeavor though, and it is not going to affect Ampharos. It should have gone for Bellibolt with that move, who goes for the Howl. This is going to boost the attack stat of Bellibolt and Ampharos. It doesn't matter for Ampharos though, because its time is up. That burn status condition is going to take it out of this matchup. The Fortree Tempest are back in front at this crucial stage of the matchup, as Bellibolt also feels the effects of the burn, but that wrap is going to level the playing field instantly. Honchkrow is eliminated. It is a 2 versus 2 battle, back and forth, and it is Braviary as the last Pokemon for the Fortree Tempest, and it is Electros as the last Pokemon for the Luminous Glitches, who's immediately hit with the extreme speed from Flamigo, and it's going to be followed up by Braviary going for the Glare. It is going to be unsuccessful. It doesn't affect Electros. It will not be paralyzed. Electros is going to go with the soft board and immediately restore its health. It should get back to full strength with this move, which is fantastic. Bellibolt going for the Stun Spore, and it is avoided by Flamigo, trying to slow down this bird. Bellibolt feels the effects of the burn still in this matchup. The Flamigo going with the Roleplay. Now, it is going to copy the Levitate of Electros. This is useless to Flamigo because it's a flying type. It's already levitating. Fire Lash, sorry, onto Bellibolt by Braviary. It holds on, but that burn is going to finish it off as we get a defog from Electros. It is going to lower Flamigo's evasiveness here. Bellibolt going for its last move, goes for the Leafage. Flamigo tanks that hit, being not very effective, and Bellibolt is eliminated. Electros is all by itself. It has these 2 flying types to contend with. It needs to capitalize on its type advantage. And we get yet another Draco Meteor from Flamigo, having a special attack load yet again, connecting with Electros there. And a Giga Impact from Braviary as we get a time warning. It doesn't matter because Electros is eliminated with that huge Giga Impact from Braviary. The Fortree Tempest have gotten away with the victory here today, and they're definitely going to want to repeat that next round when they take on the Fuchsia Royal Gators. They are in 6th place, are the Tempest, whereas the Glitches next round will be taking on the Hearthome Spectres. But our very next matchup, which will be airing tomorrow, will be the Olivine Carbons taking on the Lavia Candy Hearts. Our first matchup of round 2 will be the Candy Hearts having their first game of the season. But until then, Nidorinas and Nidorinas, thank you so much for watching. Always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.